I kind of want to watch that one, and you know what's funny is it's not too long. All right, let's watch this one, guys. All right, so this one is also from Asmos. It's called Will Official Hardcore Servers Be Successful? I really want to hear his take on it, so let's watch that now.
Alright guys, so today I thought I'd discuss a hot topic. Official hardcore servers. I think everyone will have a different opinion as to whether they'll be good, but I feel some things
I want to read
be
that.
discussed. Everyone.
All right, I want to read this post. Senior game producer Agran just confirmed, and while Hardcore All Star stream, we've been working to bring. Oh, this is just the announcement. Okay, that's fine.
Everyone will have a different opinion as to whether they'll be good, but I feel some things need to be discussed.
This guy's voice is hilarious. I love it.
To see whether we'll get the revive token or not, and whether the servers will be successful.
Now, is this this guy's voice? Is this legit his voice, or is this like an AI voice? Because the way he speaks, it just seems like it's fake. That's just, you know, kind of what I was wondering. I don't know. We'll see. I will say, I just heard a thing about the token. Bro, guys, they better not release the WoW token on regular classic servers. It sounds like there's jump cuts in between the words. It really does, yeah. I really, really, really hope they do not do. What is this? Game services. What is this? World of Warcraft Classic Hardcore, 50% damage reduction. Protect yourself against the enemies of Azeroth. Game services, euro, 25 euro. What is this? Because it looks so real, dude. Like, it looks, where is it? Where is it?
Some things need to be discussed. I'm very intrigued.
Bro, it looked real.
Whether we'll get the revive token or not, and
that looked legit to me. Okay, my bad, because this is like I was like, there's no way. Yo, I did, man. I legit thought this was real. I was just thinking there's no way he made that specifically for this video. No, that's you're right, bro. That's some dedication, man. Oh my gosh, dude. Bro, let's see what he's got here. Level 6, you're giving them ideas. Level 60 character boost. Oh yeah, okay, now you can tell. Get safely to 60. 75 euro. Character revival. Dungeon tank service. Okay. Okay. Teleport to dungeon. Hardcore rule set. Dungeon damage boost. 50% damage reduction. Okay, professional. Okay, all right. I should have read it a little bit more. Man, yo, he freaking got me. All right, let's go through. I'm sorry, guys.
Whether
no more of that.
Servers will be successful.
I'm so gullible, guys.
Before we get into it, a word from today's sponsor.
Yeah,
is
they
your
are.
Browser destroying your PC like Deathwing destroyed?
It's destroying my mind.
Today's sponsor
I'll tell you that.
is Opera GX, the best browser for gamers. The GX control panel allows you to limit the CPU and RAM of the browser. This allows you to browse the internet and not lag in-game. Amazing. But wait, there's more. There's even mods, like this medieval mod. You get a +10 strength increase if you use this. With GX mods, you can spice it up entirely, from wallpapers to music, to browser and keyboard sounds. You can personalize it and make it a unique experience. Changing to Opera GX is like going from level 1 to...
Yo, I swear, I thought that it looked like this character here.
Like going...
It just, for a second there, it looked like you could see her nipples through her shirt for a second. My bad. I swear. I literally looked at that and it looked like headlights.
From
My
level
bad.
1 to
My
60
bad.
in a matter of seconds. There's an import tool that brings
You did
all
too, right?
settings from your previous browser, making the transition seamless. It even has every Google Chrome extension. So, if you want more
more like high
control
beams.
over your computer and less lag in games, Opera GX is waiting for
I like
you,
the Chad.
and it could mean the difference between life and death.
I love the
In-game,
Giga Chad.
obviously. Be sure
meme.
to click
It's
the
awesome.
link down below to try it out. Massive thanks to Opera GX for sponsoring this video. So, I'm sure you've heard the jokes about revive tokens by now. It isn't too far-fetched and could easily be a move Blizzard pulls given
I thought
their
it was
track
real.
record. Will they actually do it though?
No.
I think they will.
No.
But probably not how you imagine it. After you die, I can see them giving you the option to pay to transfer your character to cloud.
Okay, well, he's right about that, except for not about paying, because everybody knows that when you die, you do get a free character transfer, and I think there's certain realms that you can transfer them to, or is it any classic realm, guys? Or are there like select realms? I never tried to do it, but supposedly you can transfer your character.
Classic era,
And it's free.
which revives you in the process. So then, the worst case scenario is, if you die on a hardcore server, you just have to pay to revive by...
Speaking of that, what do you guys think about that rule? I don't like it. I don't like the rule where you can transfer your character off of it, because to me it negates the permanent death. I think it kind of goes away from the idea that death is permanent, and it gives you an out. Even if your character is off the server, I don't like it. You know, I don't know if that's something that you can do in Diablo. I don't believe it's something you can do in Diablo. I don't think that you can. It does lessen the pain. You're right. It definitely lessens the pain. And I know you put so much more time into a World of Warcraft hardcore character than you're going to on a Diablo hardcore character. I get it. But I just don't like it. Pain is part of the accomplishment when you're exactly.
by transferring
or when you're
it
unsuccessful,
to a normal
rather,
server,
right?
which is essentially a revive token.
You can do
But
it in Path of Exile?
obviously, you won't be able to continue on the hardcore server. This is something I can definitely see them doing, and it will be very interesting to see if they do, as this is a very easy moneymaker.
It is, it would be, yeah.
Of people won't
But I'm glad they're
want
not
to
doing it,
delete
right?
their characters and will pay to keep them. When it comes to other microtransactions, I'm not too sure. If we entertain the idea, it would be funny to see them make people pay for entry to the servers with a shared bank for your alts in the item shop, or a hardcore beginners pack which gives you 4 16-slot bags and a bunch of health potions.
Okay, yeah. Obviously, you guys know you can already create another character, and you can use that character as your shared stash, which is what I'm gonna do day one. So again, you can already do that. The saving your character, sending it to another server, obviously free transfers, that's gonna be in the game. I'm sure that his videos are satirical. However, I'm going to take them at face value for the point of this video, for you know, the sake of this video, and you know, take into account that he's really genuinely curious and worried about these things becoming actual commonplace in classic hardcore. Okay, which, let's be honest, we see how Blizzard is, he's not really off base with his worries. The one thing I will say that I could imagine them doing is adding the token, the WoW token, into classic hardcore. I do think that money gold selling on a classic hardcore server is going to be absolutely insane. They're going to have to do some serious banning to ban people buying gold and selling gold, because gold sellers are going to put everything into hardcore. I'm telling you guys, like, I promise you, the economy of hardcore is going to be absolutely insane. I just know it. It's going to be absolutely insane. So Blizzard is going to have to do some serious working, but that's like a little bit off subject of the video, so we'll go back to the video. Okay, if you guys have any other videos that you guys want me to react to, go ahead and put them in chat. Okay, Blizzard better hire employees specifically for in-game trades and mailboxes. I really think they need to. They really need to, because that's going to be, like, in my opinion, one of the biggest issues. Maybe we'll make a video about that, because I think it's huge.
One thing I found in Diablo 4's hardcore mode was a potion called Elixir of Death Evasion. For those that don't know, this potion lasts 30 minutes, prevents death, and makes you immune for 2 seconds, which is massively OP. I personally think this potion shouldn't be in Diablo, and I don't want to see it on official hardcore servers either.
Well, is this, do you guys play Diablo 4? Is this elixir, is this actually purchasable for real money? Or is this actually in the game where you can craft it? Because I actually don't see anything wrong with this elixir. The reason why is because I played Diablo 3 hardcore, and there was a class, the Witch Doctor, which had an ability that was pretty much exactly the same as Elixir of Death Evasion. It was literally, you can craft it in game. Okay, it was literally the same exact thing. So I don't see anything wrong with this. It only makes you immune for 2 seconds. Okay, it prevents your death once, but does it bring you back, like, to full health? I mean, 2 seconds is really fast. So it's not like this item is going to save your life and keep you from dying forever. It's just not a thing. Witch doctors died all the time. I died all the time as a witch doctor, but Witch Doctor had some crazy death evasion abilities. Okay, crazy ones. So did Crusader. They all kind of had one, at least.
As I think it makes a mockery of the game mode.
So this is where I disagree with them completely
as to whether they've entertained this idea or not. I mean,
no, they're not going to do that.
Blizzard, after all. So I feel the need to include this in the video, just in case they have a wild idea to implement this into the official hardcore servers. I think this would be a terrible idea.
Yeah,
everyone would just stack these potions and never die. Plus, Blizzard can't make realistic money off of revive transfers if no one dies. Now, it's looking a lot like there'll be 0 restrictions. The only rule being, if you die, you can't revive. I think, all in all, it will be a very interesting social experiment to see what people actually do on these servers.
Absolutely.
I've speculated a lot with people, and I firmly believe that if there's no rules, people will just go wild. We've seen what Classic has been like over the last few years, so I can vividly imagine people buying gold, then buying boosts to 60 and more. The popular rebuttal to this is the fact that people can die at any moment, so who cares? However, it leaves a bad taste in my mouth. If you can just buy boosts to 60, then that's no challenge at all, is it? And then you have people twinking out level 1 characters and more. If you have enough gold,
we went through this already.
Constantly feed gear to your ults.
See, the problem is getting the gold.
Anything you find legitimately is pretty meaningless. What I enjoy about the hardcore journey is earning things myself, but I know that with no restrictions, there will be a lot of people just treating it like a regular error server, with the only downside being, if you die, well, you're dead. Hardcore only reached insane levels of popularity through content creators playing the Iron Man solo self-found rule set. Many people believe that insane levels of popularity error server. You're dead. Hardcore only reached insane levels of popularity through content creators playing the Iron Man solo self-found rule set. Many people believe that by going against this and changing what made hardcore popular is a bad move.
Okay, let's talk about that for a second. And let's be honest, what made hardcore the numbers that it is now is them putting money into it. Okay, what made hardcore as popular as it is right now is all of the various different like esport things that they started doing. Okay, we're like $500 prize for this. We're gonna do this challenge right here, guys. $1,000 prize, $2,000 prize for the best team, for the best time. That is what got hella people to take note of hardcore, and then start streaming it. That is what brought in and made it what it is now. Because before, when Season of Mastery launched, Guzu was playing, and I think Pyle was playing a tiny bit. Frostadamus was playing a little bit. That's kind of when Stay Safe got involved in it, was right before that. A couple other, decent sized streamers got involved in it at that time. But Savix and freaking Zaryu and Asmongold and freaking what's the other guy's name, babe? S-Fan and everybody else. Okay, everybody else. Summit. All these people got involved in hardcore after they started throwing around money everywhere. Okay, that's when so many people were talking about it like crazy, and they're like, you know what, I gotta play this. It's gonna be good content, and it's a lot of fun, let's be honest. Okay, but without that, the numbers would not be where they are right now. Now, I'm not saying that we wouldn't be getting official servers. I'm just saying that that's what made the numbers this big. The numbers were not this big before. They just weren't.
And could result in the death of hardcore after a certain amount of time.
And I disagree with that completely.
Where Blizzard has the brain and the resources, I would say they should make 2 separate servers. One where there's no restrictions, and another with Iron Man solo self.
I really think they're going to do that, guys. I think they're going to do that.
You separate the 2 groups that clearly want 2 different things. And then they won't be annoyed with each other for not playing by their chosen rule set.
That's true.
I strongly doubt this will ever happen. So,
you know what? I think it's going to, because if you guys watched the interview that oh god, I forgot I forget the guy's name that did that, the streamer who had them on his stream where they talked about all the various different rules of hardcore, and that's one of the things that he asked specifically. You craft oh okay, I'm sorry, that was from before. That's something specifically that he talked about, was what he just mentioned. Okay, so and they said that they're gonna look at, I think he said something to the effect that they're gonna look at it and they're open to the idea, but they kind of want to see where the community is at with it, like how many people really want it. But they said they kind of like the idea and they're open to it. So more than likely they're gonna end up doing it. They're more than likely gonna end up doing a separate server that is solo self-found and another one that is just normal. The problem is, I guarantee you that most people are just going to play normal because it's going to be more interesting. It's the idea of a hardcore economy is just going to be too much. it's too much that people can't try. They're gonna have to try it because it's too much to like stay away from. The idea of a hardcore economy, that's just like it's just like a cookie that you have to taste. You know, that's just what I firmly believe. So I feel like the normal hardcore server official is going to be more popular than an official solo self-found. But, you know, we'll see if and when it happens.
So,
but I think it will.
Expect conflict between these two groups on official servers.
Absolutely, I agree with that. There's going to be conflict.
Big thing, griefers. If Blizzard wants to tackle griefing,
which they already have,
a surefire way of dealing with it is to permanently disable PvP on official hardcore servers. Sure, it doesn't get rid of griefing entirely, but disabling PvP definitely fixes the worst of it. People won't be able to flag each other, so it'll...
See, it's funny because I made a video about a month ago, guys, where I was talking about the rules for hardcore, like my ideal rules for hardcore, and my idea for PvP. If you guys watched that video, do you guys remember what I said my idea was? My idea was for them to make it so that in order to PvP flag yourself, you have to click your character portrait and go to the drop down menu and select PvP. And then when you select PvP, a little thing pops up in your chat box that says you are on a hardcore permanent death server. If you die in PvP, your character will not be, you know, reincarnated or whatever, right? And you have to click yes and agree to being PvP before you can actually be PvP, or make a little command that you type to set yourself in PvP. That is specifically the idea that I gave. Now, I'm not saying that Blizzard took my idea. I'm just saying that that seems like a very logical idea, which is probably why they thought of the same exact thing. I'm sure a lot of people thought of that, you know? But this idea is very, very, just disabling PvP entirely. I don't like ideas where people kind of... It's kind of like an idea that you do where you like wash your hands out of a situation without really actually thinking about the situation. So I'm glad they didn't do that.
Be much better than what it is currently on the unofficial realms. One thing to bear in mind is that the official servers will have no appeals. There will be no way
absolutely
of appealing,
and I'm so happy about that. I'm so happy about that.
This will upset a lot of people, but that's what hardcore is. Once you die, that's it.
I am so happy about the no appeal system. As a hardcore community mod who purposely ignores all messages that talk about appeals because I don't believe in the appeal system. I haven't believed in the appeal system for years. I've openly talked about my displeasure with the appeal system in mod meetings multiple times. I'm fundamentally against the appeal system. So people message me all the time, and like, you know, where they like where they try to it's like you get a message request and it says I was in Stranglethorn Vale and blah blah blah. The second I read that, I just delete every single time. I don't want to hear about appeals. I don't like it. Hardcore is a challenge that you accept, and if you die, you die and it's over. That's it. I understand the community allows appeals, but I'm against it, and I'm just not going to take part. I'm just not going to take part in that. I don't believe in it. I'm so against appeals. So I'm really glad for official for that. Didn't Nom say it's hardcore challenge, not an internet connectivity challenge? That being said, I agree with you. Yeah, it is. That's exactly what it is. It's a hardcore challenge, not an internet connectivity. You guys have seen me die to lag before. You've seen me die to getting kicked before. And every time that happens, I delete my character. I never, ever, ever appeal a death. Honestly, for any reason. I've gotten griefed before. I got griefed on my duo with my girlfriend, and I deleted my character. I had a guy try to kill me with Teramis, but I outran him, ran straight into the inn, and he was chasing me down the walkway in Lakeshire. I ran down the walkway, went into the freaking inn, escape, log out. I remember that, like right on stream. And then when I came back in, Teramis was gone and the guy was dead on the ground. It was great. Did we clip that? I remember that. I think we clipped it. Yeah, I'm sure I know I clipped it. It's somewhere, but I know I clipped it. That butt clench trying to log back in as part of the challenge. Take it or leave it. Exactly. I don't like appeal systems, and I don't say that to be mean about it. If you like them, I understand some people live in certain areas where their connectivity is just really an issue. I get it. But in my opinion, the hardcore challenge is not for everybody. That's just the way I look at it. If you're gonna do a hardcore challenge, you gotta accept that. That's just the way I look at it. So, I don't know.
Yes, Blizzard does decide to add a transfer revive. Then you'll have to suck it up and pay for it, or just make a new character. The most annoying way to die, aside from grief, is by disconnect or power cut. It's infuriating to die to things in hardcore that are out of your control. And this
deaths that are deaths due to, like, if I'm gonna die, I want a good death. I want a glorious death. I don't want there was a lightning storm outside for like 10 seconds that, flickered your internet and your game, and you got kicked for a split second. You log back in dead. That's not a glorious death, in my opinion.
Will be
I want to fight
cause of death.
Until my last breath. On every character I die on.
There will be a lot of outrage and crying on the forums as a result of these kinds of deaths.
Absolutely.
With people saying Blizzard should have appeals. The problem is, if Blizzard chooses to add disconnect protection, it would just be majorly abused by players.
It will.
So all in all,
so they're not going to do it.
You're planning to play these servers, you better have a solid internet connection. Otherwise, you're destined for disaster. Yep. Petrification Flask. I can see why people have a problem with these flasks. It's essentially the same as Diablo 4's new elixir, and should probably be removed from hardcore. They're pretty difficult to craft. Farming all of those Black Lotus will be a serious pain. However, I think they shouldn't be in hardcore. Now let's talk about RMT. If there's a way to trade or a way to send mail, then that pretty much guarantees people will RMT. We've seen it all throughout Classic. I've thought about this a lot, and I've come to the conclusion, if people want to ruin their own experience by buying gold, then that's their choice.
Okay. All right, let's talk about that, guys. Do you guys agree with that? See, I think if you buy gold, you're not ruining your experience, because clearly you wouldn't be buying the gold if you did not think that it would benefit your experience. Basic logic. Okay, the reality is that if you buy gold, you are destroying the economy because you're throwing high amounts of artificial. You know what buying gold is like? Buying gold is like the government saying, we are going to pay for your student loans, and then basically just printing the money and handing it out and causing inflation and screwing everybody over. That is what buying gold is like, and it really freaking sucks. Okay? So that is what, so buying gold doesn't really hurt you, right? Think about, put that, use real life as an example, right? Your student loan being paid helps you out. but it hurts the community, right? The country as a whole. That is what buying gold does, the same exact thing. It's helping you out because it's going to benefit your experience, but it's going to screw over everyone else, because that means that the price for enchants in the auction house, the prices for everything in the auction house is going to go up the more and more and more money is artificially thrown into the economy. Okay? Economies and MMOs are a very delicate balance. You have to earn the money that is made. That is how, and then you have your money sinks. Hardcore deaths are gonna be a money sink. Now, I get that people can send money to alt characters, but there's going to be people that are going to transfer a big wad of money from their stash to their normal character because they're in a hurry to go to a dungeon and they want to grab something real quick. They don't know how much it's going to be exactly, so they take more than they need. They buy the stuff up in the auction house real quick, grab it, and then go into the dungeon and forget that they just brought 30 gold with them into the dungeon, and they die. And all that money is lost with them. Okay? So I still think that people are that money is going to be leached out of the game for situations like that. Okay? So that is going to be a money sink. But buying gold, in my opinion, horrible for the economy. Just like the WoW token and stuff like that. Bro, buying gold isn't the issue in Classic. Guilds doing GDKPs are the biggest issues. The reason why there's a big issue with GDKPs is because people are getting the money through buying gold. If the money in the game is actually earned in the game, what does it matter if I trade 500 gold from Hero to Blind 39? There's still 500 gold in the game. Nothing changed, right? Hero gave 500 gold to Blind 39. There's still 500 gold in the game. Now, I guess you could say the same thing. Well, no, that's not true, because gold sellers, I was going to say that logic would apply to gold sellers too, right? But the reason why it doesn't is because gold sellers actually don't take part in the actual game community. They exist and they basically take from the system and are not giving back to the system. They're not dumping any of their money. None of their money is getting, lost, unless, of course, they die in the process. That's, with tons of gold on them, which is gonna be rare, okay? Because more than likely they're going to be farming lower level areas in groups that are just much safer, and chance of dying are extremely low, if even at all possible. More than likely that's going to be the reality. I think if you had no GDKPs, there would be less people buying gold. Oh, I agree with you. I completely agree with you. Right there, you and I are lockstep. But at the end of the day, the issue is not GDKPs. The issue is buying gold. That's the issue. If you control the gold buying, the GDKPs will still exist. However, the amount of money that you're paying somebody is going to change. It's going to go from giving somebody 500 gold or 1,000 gold for an item to like maybe 100 gold or 150 gold. The GDKPs are still going to go. It's still going to happen. And at the end of the day, the 500 or 1,000 gold is the same exact number as the 150 gold. Because the 500 or the 1,000 gold is going to go just as far as the 150 gold is going to go for you. Because everything you're going to spend the 150 gold on is still going to cost you the same amount as somebody spending 500 to 1,000 gold. Because everything else is bloated in the server. It's really the same amount of money. I agree. Shouldn't be an auction house or mailbox in hardcore. That is a solo self-found rule set, and I do think that they'll be doing. I really think that they are going to do solo self-found I think they're going to make some a solo self-found server or two. I really think they're going to. I just feel that the overwhelming majority of the community is going to want to play on a normal hardcore server because it's going to be awesome to see the economy. You're able to do so much stuff that's never been done in MMOs by doing a normal hardcore server. It's literally the first of its kind in a AAA MMO, in my opinion. I believe. I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. If I'm wrong, give me another MMO, guys. That's a AAA MMO that's done hardcore servers for, for their MMO. But I believe that WoW is the first one, officially.
At the end of the day, it's hardcore. And if you're bad enough to get your credit card out and swipe for gold, then you're surely going to die to something stupid. So if people want to spend stupid amounts of money on hardcore gold just to have their characters die in ridiculous ways, then I say keep flushing that money down the drain. I think that just about.
But the money doesn't get flushed down the drain because they spend it and it gets transferred to other characters.
Time will tell. They're a definitive win for the hardcore community.
Yes,
I'm
absolutely.
not sure whether they'll maintain a massive long-term population, but to many, it will be something fun to play for a while. As I said, I think it'll be an interesting social experiment for the classic WoW community, and we'll have to see what exactly happens when we eventually get the PTR in 10 years' time. Thanks for watching.
How long ago? That was 12 days ago.
Down below, and I'll see you guys again soon.
All right, so of course I like Asmo, so I'm gonna like his video. This was a good video again, funny, but I will say that most of the things that he took issue with, they actually already fixed or announced that they're fixing. So that kind of makes a lot of his worries moot, but it's a good thing that they addressed it. I kind of like that. So that's kind of a good thing. I'll say right on about that. My opinion on hardcore servers, okay? Are hardcore servers going to be successful? Yes. I honestly feel like hardcore, classic, official, regular rule set is going to shock the hell out of the MMO gaming community. Okay? Especially the developers. I believe people are going to see numbers that they did not think was possible. And these numbers, I believe, are going to be sustained for long periods of time. And I honestly only think that they're going to grow. The reason why is because, number one, hardcore is extremely addictive. I've been playing hardcore well, I'm not going to say exclusively. For World of Warcraft, it's been exclusive. But I played other games here and there. But pretty much for my World of Warcraft gaming for the last 3 years, it's been pretty much 95% exclusive hardcore. I've tried other things, dabbled here and there for like a couple days here and there, but for the most part, it's been like nothing but hardcore for 3 years, and there's a reason for it. And I'm so excited for official servers because they're just so hardcore is just fun. It's addictive. The reason why I think that this rule set, a regular rule set, is going to be good, and I'll make a video, I'll talk about this more in depth another day, but really quickly, I believe that it's going to be good for the community to have this rule set, the normal rule set, because it's going to give people a chance to experience it's really going to get the entire community like truly involved with one another. For those of you guys who've been part of the classic hardcore community, it's been fun. We've ran dungeons together. We've talked to each other. We have sort of involved ourselves in each other's experiences through watching death clips and things like that. But we've never actually physically, like, really bonded in game for long periods of time, except for the occasional dungeon here and there. Okay? And you rarely run dungeons with the same people anyways. All right? So it's just really been people popping in and out of your streams if you're a streamer, or you know, you chatting in somebody else's stream and then you see somebody else typing and you know them from the hardcore community, like, hey, what's up, Chocolate? You know, hey, what's up, Square Time? Hey, Lazy, or, you know, something like that. Okay? It's not been one of those things where people have really been able to get into the mud with each other until now. And I think that's going to change things. I think that the hardcore economy, which is never an official hardcore economy that's never been tried in World of Warcraft, I think that is going to absolutely blow people's minds to see it. And I love the idea of trading. I love the idea of people banking items and money and sending them to other characters when they start out. You know why? Because it's going to make people excited when they die to start over. It's not going to be one of those things. I mean, for some people it might be based on how high you got. But if you get to like 35 and you die, you're like, oh man, that sucks. And you're just like upset for 30 seconds until you realize, oh my God, I got a Staff of Jordan in my freaking alt bank. I'm going to make a mage. You know? I'm going to send my character all these linens and stuff like that I've got. And you get your character going. You give your character a running start. So you're so much more excited to get into it because your next character is like ready to go. I think, excuse me, sorry about that. Got some in my throat. Give me a second, guys. So I don't know what I was saying, but I just think it's going to be freaking amazing and I'm super excited for it. Like I said, guys, earlier, mark me on this. The prices for items in the auction house are going to be insanely high compared to regular classic. Okay? Insanely expensive. Everything is. Okay? I'm super excited to actually be able to play with other people, quest with someone here and there. I'm excited to, that's what I'm excited to do too. I really can't wait to do elite quests that I never had a chance to do. I'm really excited to do all the things I never had a chance to do. You know, I'm excited to, I want to create my own guild. I am just super excited to do all these things with other people. I just think it's gonna be great, guys. I think it's gonna be great. Anyways, thank you for hanging out with me, guys. Will hardcore official servers be successful? I think that they will be. But yeah, I highly recommend that you watch the video. It's awesome as always. If you're watching this on YouTube, I will have a link to it down below. But come see me when I go live on Twitch, which is very often. I don't really have a set schedule, but just follow me there and you will get a notification when I go live. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.